When Bill Belichick first got hired by North Carolina, the big question was, how is he going to handle making the transition from coaching in the NFL to coaching 18 and 19-year-olds? Well, with how he's been abusing all of the rules in college football right now, the question we should be asking is, how is college football going to adapt to Bill Belichick? He's treating this thing just like he was the general manager for the New England Patriots for all those decades. He's treating the transfer portal like his free agency. North Carolina currently has the third largest portal haul in America right now. They got 41 guys in this portal class. They got the 9th ranked class in the country at the moment. They just landed a huge commitment from former South Carolina QB Joe Lopez, who is probably most likely going to be their starting quarterback this year. They gave him a deal for 2 years, $4 million. So they gave him a pretty good check. And he was really good for South Alabama last year. 16 tutties, only 5 picks. He also was really good running the ball, 7 rushing touchdowns, 565 rushing yards. And he was 30th in QBR last year. And they also got a few big pickups on the offensive line. You know, Bill Belichick loves obsessing over offensive linemen. He got one of the better offensive linemen in the portal, and Daniel King, who is a transfer from Troy. He only allowed 9 sacks and over 1,300 pass blocking snaps over the past 2 years. He was a 2-time All Sun Belt Conference selection. You got another offensive lineman and sitter, Christo Kelly from Holy Cross. He also started a good amount of games for them. He was a first-team Patriot League selection. And on the defense side of the football, they got former Washington cornerback Thaddeus Dixon, who I'm a big fan of. He started for the Huskies over the past 2 seasons. He registered 16 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. He was the 3rd rated cornerback in the portal cycle, according to 247. And with college football not having any salary cap restrictions, UNC has lowered their academic standards to make it a lot easier for Bill Belichick to get a lot of these talented players. They also are investing more money into him as what they've ever did into this football program. And at this point, Bill Belichick, with the easy schedule that he has, if he is as good as a coach as what we believe him to be, the GOAT, regardless, college football, NFL, there's not a single better head coach than what Bill Belichick is. He is a multiple-time Super Bowl champion. He easily should be able to run through this schedule that North Carolina has coming up. I feel like the ceiling for them this year is 11-1, 10-2. The only elite team that they played this year is Clemson. Outside of that, you kick the season off against TCU. You got to go up against your rival, NC State. You should mop the floor with them. I got North Carolina making it to the ACC championship game and possibly getting into the CFP as a 2-loss team. Look, they already said that they want to use ratings somewhat as a criteria for how they evaluate who should get in. Now, of course, that wasn't official that they were going to take potential ratings into account, but let's just be honest. If North Carolina has a shot at getting into the playoffs, the amount of ratings that Bill Belichick would generate if he has a first-round road matchup against Alabama would be off the charts. You think that ESPN would pass up on that? Absolutely not. Now, the floor for North Carolina, I still think it's pretty high. I got them at 9-3, worst case scenario. Maybe they do kind of have a slow start out the gate, but they get better as they progress throughout the season. I still believe Bill Belichick is an elite coach. I don't believe that Tom Brady made Bill Belichick what he is, because his first season without Brady, he went to the playoffs with Mac Jones. You know, Bill Belichick just kind of got a little bit outdated in his philosophy when it came to drafting and roster construction. But with him having time off, being able to sit back, reevaluate himself, and also he has his son on the coaching staff who is going to be the head coach in waiting if this experiment goes well. he's probably in his dad's ear saying, hey, dad, like, we got to be a little bit more modern if we're actually going to have a shot winning here. And when you look at Bill Belichick's coaching staff, it's not just a bunch of professional coaches that used to coach in the NFL. It's a good blend of former NFL coaches and a good amount of collegiate coaches as well. So I think having a hybrid of both is going to vote well for this Carolina staff. You're going to have guys that are going to be good at understanding how to coach these players up, because you can't really coach these players now like how you used to. Bill Belichick already understands that. And from listening to his former players like Julian Edelman and Rock Gronkowski talk about his coaching style, he doesn't coach every player the same way. He knows how to coach players in ways to get the best out of them without just being a hard ass on them. I feel this Bill Belichick experiment is going to go well for at least the first season. What happens after year two, we will see. But when you have a portal haul this massive, and you have a school that's investing this amount of money into the football side of things, I expect this to be a pretty successful year one for Bill Belichick down there in Chapel Hill.